Hi guys, this is Samarth Jajodia from DSC KIIT, the Developer Student Club. So this video will serve as a basic tutorial video on how to use AdobeXD. Okay. So first things first, let me tell you how to download AdobeXD. So for people who don't know what AdobeXD actually is, AdobeXD is a vector-based tool developed and published by Adobe Inc. for designing, prototyping, and putting your ideas into beautiful user interfaces and user experiences for web and mobile apps. Okay, so click on the link, first link, and you can download the software by clicking on the blue link. Download XD, it's free. Yes, it is a free software. Yes, so XDC is installing now, but once I allow the Creative Cloud Desktop app, then it will install it here because I have already installed it. Let's close this window. So let's start Adobe XD. Yes, so here are a list of mockups: iPhone X, iPhone XS, web UIs. Okay, you can also design custom sized artboards, but we will focus on Android. So look, you can navigate through the workspace once you click on the middle mouse button. Just click on the middle mouse button and drag your mouse all the way around to navigate through the workspace. Once you press Alt, and you can scroll your mouse button up and down to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so I will start with the basics. So here you can see the select tool. You can type V, or you can click on this button, arrow button. Once you type R, you can move to the rectangle tool, ellipse tool. This is the line tool. You can even draw custom shapes by clicking on P or pen tool. If you want to add some text, click on P or T. If you want to add a new artboard, just click on A and click here. You can add as many artboards as you want. So follow the keystrokes that I am using. Undo the steps that I don't want. As you click on the name of the artboard, I will rename it to welcome or the home screen. So welcome screen. Let's add a new artboard. So the moment you select an artboard, by clicking on the name of the artboard, you will have the properties of your current artboard. So let's change the fill to red to show you the basics of how to use Adobe XD. If you want a solid color, you can use solid color, or if you want a gradient, you can always use a gradient. So here is the color combination, and here is the linear scaling of the amount of gradient that you want to use. They also allow you to add a radial gradient, so that's not so much of a requirement right now. So we will delete these screens. When I say artboard, I mean the screens that you will be adding for your application design. Okay. About these two, this will display the list of assets or elements that you are adding. So let's draw an ellipse, a rectangle actually. you can draw a rectangle like this. You can give box radius, or you can manually type in the box radius of, let's say, 20. Okay, zoom out. So let's change the box radius. Click on this element. You can manually change the radius to 10. So if you click on Alt and press on any corner handles for your box radius, if you click on Alt and click on the left mouse button simultaneously, you can change the box radius only for one side. So it can allow you to modify your shapes. Let's remove the border, add a color. So let's place it at a better position. You can always resize it. So you see, you can resize it freely, or if you feel that you want to resize your or reduce the size of your element in a fixed ratio, just click on shift and you will be able to resize it in a fixed ratio. Let's change this. So here are some basics, and as I will move to designing the software that we want, we can use the reference screens. I have shared this folder with you, so you can click on the reference folder and you can drag the reference screens that we are going to design in our AdobeXD workspace, and you can multiple select the elements when you click on shift and left click. Let's add them here. So let's try the first home screen. So for a user who is new to the app, they'll enter his phone number. Okay, I have already shared this folder on Google Classroom. This is our Paytm logo, the light version of our logo. So just follow the keystrokes that I am using. Alt Shift allows you to reduce the size of your logo, keeping the anchor point at center and the ratio in a fixed ratio. So I place it here. Click on shift. Okay, I will add this logo here, the background, so you can drag it from the others folder. So you see the size of the resolution of the miscellaneous assets that I have added is too big. So you always need to reduce the size by clicking on the corner handle. Let's reduce this opacity. This will do. Let's draw a rectangle. Click on the rectangle tool. So you can easily add rectangles by following the guidelines. It will stick to the position once you come near the point. So you see it will automatically stick to the boundaries. Let's remove the border, and we are following some standard rules that Paytm uses. Okay, so the eyedropper tool allows you to select this color. You can add this color to your assets. Okay, so we will add this color too in advance in our asset. Okay, so we want a gradient here. So this will look good as my gradient. Let's increase the size, increase the height of this. As I said, you can apply your own creativity. You can You can be innovative. No need to copy the complete screen as it is shown in the reference image. Okay, you can apply your own creativity. Let's try adding a text area here where the user can input the phone number. Let's remove the fill. Keep the border to white. Okay, so you can increase the size of your border. Let's keep it 4. Looks better. We will manually put a box radius of size 10 will do, I guess. Plus 10 does it exactly. So these are some minor changes that you can do. This applies inner stroke to your box radius. Okay, outer stroke, a stroke is center. Let's give a size. Okay, so what we can do currently is we can add a layout to our artboard. Since the width of my artboard is 360, so we want 15 pixel margin on each side. So let's make the gutter width to 360, 30 left on either side. Okay, sorry, 330 here. And yes, this creates a column width of 15 pixels on each side. Yes, what is happening? Okay, it's there. So yes, my size is pretty well adjusted. Okay, it's fine. I will add some decorative elements to the home screen. So since this is a light application, the new user will directly start from the phone number by entering his phone number. Make sure the font is always Roboto. Okay. So we will convert this text to point text so that you can easily modify the text area. So after you convert a text area to point text, there is no need to select the whole text to convert it or to change its font or to change its size. You can just do it easily. And the phone number, that seems nice. Okay, so now we will add the phone number. Yeah, that is set. Yeah. So let's try doing auto animation for this page. So what do you need to do auto animation? So first of all, by clicking on this layers button, you can see the list of elements that are added inside your page. I think there is not much left space for the keyboard to pop up from below. You click on shift and you can simultaneously select multiple elements. So you can drag it upwards together. I will resize this a bit. Click on phone number, the box and the text to move this up simultaneously. Okay, let's reduce the size of this background logo. So that seems nice. Fine. So we will auto animate the addition of phone number and verifying of user. Okay, So what we will do, whenever you try to auto animate an element, you make sure that the screen is duplicated. Okay, let's delete this screen. Yeah, so look, how you can auto animate. AdobeXD is known for its auto animate feature, and it has gained attraction of many designers. So the basic rule of auto animate is whenever you want to auto animate an element, you should keep in mind that there must be two states of the same element on different screens. The previous screen should contain the initial state. Let's say I will keep the opacity to 0, and this is the final state. I have not deleted the element. The element is still present in welcome. Okay, let's rename it welcome 1 screen and welcome 2 screen. So welcome 1 contains my phone number, and welcome 2 also contains the phone number in the same order. Okay, so the initial state is inside the previous screen from which the animation will start to take place, while the second state is there in the welcome to screen. So whenever you want to try any kind of animation, you can move from design tab to the prototype tab, click on this artboard. Either you can animate through an artboard, you can join the wire to the second artboard, or you can click on a particular element. Okay, so as the user taps on the text area, the text here appears. Okay, so either we can choose tap, drag, or voice. So AdobeXD allows you to add voice controlled animations. So I will choose tap, transition. I will select auto animate. Let's say ease out for 0.4 second of duration. Destination screen is welcome to screen. So let's play from here. Whenever you want to test your animation, test your app, you click on the play button here. So see, this is how you do auto animate. But we want a keyboard to pop up. Okay, so let's add another screen. Whenever you want to deselect a wire, we just hold it from here and we release it. So that's a very simple process. You want to make animation, make a transition to the different state, you drag a wire. You want to release, you want no animation, you click on the wire like on the arrowhead and you release it. Okay, so what we want is when a user click on this text area, clicks on the text area, I want a keyboard, a number keyboard to appear. So we have this material design layout of a keyboard. Okay, so that's not what we want. I will show you what happened here. Drag it here on the paste board. Okay, that's why I was asking you to drag the element in the paste board. So you need to shift to the design tab again to edit your design. Yeah, so that's perfect. So what I want an initial state. So in initial state, my keyboard is inside the screen, hidden inside the below screen. Make sure one thing. Whatever you do, the elements should be present inside your artboard. As soon as you take your elements out of your artboard, it moves to the paste board. So the animations won't take place. We want the keyboard to be there inside the welcome one screen. Okay. So look, when I click up arrow, it moves up by a pixel and it goes inside the welcome one screen. Okay. So no one can see this screen because this is the final state. We can reduce the opacity. We copy this design element and we can move it here in welcome to screen. So look, this is the initial state of the keyboard that is hidden inside, and this is the final state. Okay. And when the user clicks on the done button, like we are not elaborating how the user inputs the phone number, that is beyond the scope of our animation for this purpose. So as soon as the user clicks on the done button, the keyboard again moves down. So between these two animations, this is the initial state and this is the final state. Once you have entered the phone number, you will no more be displayed asked to input your phone number. Let's drag it to the bottom and the text will disappear. I want the text to disappear, or I can do one thing. I don't want auto animation of this. I can do one thing. I can rename this text as text. So this is the initial state. This is the final state. This is the initial state, and this is the final state. So once you are done with renaming your elements, we will type a verifying phone number. Let's make it a bit attractive. Okay. And reduce the opacity. Okay. Now. Yes. So let's try. Okay. So what I have done here is the text element is named as text. Here we have also named it text. Why we have named this element as text? Because we want AdobeXD software to recognize the elements and to recognize the initial state and final state of my element. So auto animate actually keeps a track of these elements, the order of the elements and the name of the elements. So whenever XD finds that two screens have same elements and their states are changed between two screens, so if I choose to auto animate between the screen, because this happens whenever I click on the done button. So we don't want this wire. We don't want this wire. Let's start from here. Yes, so let's start from here. We have added a link to this welcome 1.1. As soon as we click on the text area, a keyboard pops up. We click on the done button. We assume that the user has input his phone number and the text is changed. So we can improve this, but as a basic tutorial video, I think this is enough, and as you will practice more and more, you will get hands on the software easily. Okay. Yep. So one stage is complete. Now let's design the second screen. For the second screen, you can copy most of the elements, but let's not copy this. We will add a new artboard. We will add a new artboard. Oh, okay, I need a new artboard. Let's select this. Let's select new artboard. I want the reference of this screen. You can copy the element CTRL plus C, and you can paste it here. So you can add it to the top of your screen. We want layouts for this too. Okay, so let's do one thing. I want to make this layout my default layout. Click on default. Now for every other screen, if you want to use a layout, you can click on use default layout and easily do your work. So what this aims at, this is a passcode screen. So a user who has already logged in the app and is not a first time user will see this screen as soon as he opens the app. Okay. So we will add copy. Okay, now we want this security lock kind of logo. I have provided the sources, SVGs. So I will add an SVG file, secure payment. So what is the benefit of using an SVG file? What is the difference between an SVG and a PNG file? SVG is a vectorized web format, so it doesn't deal with pixels. No matter how much you zoom it, the pixels won't appear. Okay, so you can choose an ideal size, click on Alt and Shift. You can see the three keystrokes here. Drag it a bit, put it in the middle. You can adjust the size and you can adjust the position. See, there is a pink guideline in the middle, so just leave it there. Let's adjust the color. So you can see this SVG file is layered. So let's do one thing. You can add a border and add this border size, keep the border size to 20. Okay, let's change the opacity. I want this fill to be, I want a solid color. You can change the border size to 15, let's say. Okay, this looks perfect. Okay, so I have created an invert color. Let's change this. Let's select the border as. So you see, when you click inside this SVG logo, there is a lock shaped icon that you can see, so you can color it white. So that is the property of SVG. You can. So now we will add a line tool to make blanks kind of dashes. Okay, we don't want to measure that. We will duplicate this layer, add one more. So make sure your elements are equally spaced. Okay, we will group this layer will add a number pad. Okay, so let's add the number pad. Okay, let's create text. First we will centralize the alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Now we can convert this text to point area. Reduce the size 35. I guess this will do. Okay. Do a spacing of, let's say, 100 will do. Click on the select tool V to move the padding. So that will do. I think the size should be reduced to 48, say. Bold. Change it to pointer area. What I'm doing is I'm clicking on the character spacing area. You click on the left mouse button and drag it up and down. So yes, that's perfectly aligned now. So I hope this will do. We want to add a I button. I don't have an I button, I guess, right now. Under the sources. So I will make sure that you are given the I logo. So let's quickly get it from Google. I vector. This will do, I guess. But we want a PNG image. So I guess this will do. This will perfectly do, I guess. Okay, no, this is yeah, here it is. So I'm saving this image file. This is a PNG. You guys need this. Here we have it. We can drag it from the browser itself. Add it here. Reduce the size. That looks pretty fine. So look, this is a PNG file, okay, and not an SVG file. So we cannot apply any random fill. So let's perfect. Let's make it a bit less opaque. So we want a tick mark button. Let's make a square. Change the radius of the square. The button you say. We don't want any border. We can add a shadow. And what we currently need is we can draw a text line like this. Okay, white colored. give the size to 2, and if we want to bend the line, click on the select tool. You see we can see handles, so I want to bend this line from here. So this will serve my purpose for the tick mark, I guess. And I want to change this a bit above. Yes, so this will serve my purpose. Drag it here, change this here. Okay, we need this to be a bit small, so I think this will do. We want no fill, just a border, a larger border precisely. Click on Alt, and if we want to increase the size, increase the lateral sides, we can do it by clicking on Alt and dragging the lateral handles by clicking on the left mouse button. I want to give a box radius of 5. Okay, I guess 10 should do. I don't want to, I think. Okay, so we need to verify whether the elements I have added are centralized or not. So yes, this is centralized. This is up to, this is aligned with the keypad. What about this? Yeah, this will do. So fine, we have, let me check this. Yeah. So let's add an ellipse, which will work as my password. I can duplicate this layer either by clicking on Ctrl plus D or go on the element, click on Alt and drag it. Okay, so you see when the pink gap appears between 2 or 3 elements, it means that they are equally spaced. Let's reduce the size of my keypad a bit. .45 will do it better because we want to add a forward password option. So whenever you are unable to edit the small elements, just zoom in and you can do it easily. So let's add our last text that we need. Forgot. Okay, let's change the font size. Okay, so let's change the size to 20. Make it regular. Spacing will be 0. color scheme is added. Forgot my password. Okay, let's do one thing. For feature reference, we can add the color to assets and the character style to assets. So that's done. We are done with the second screen. Let's move on to the third screen. So I will go a bit faster here. Okay. Name it home screen. Add the same logo again. Okay, so we forgot to add the iconic Paytm footer footer logo. So let's add it from here. Let's drag it here. Select everything at once and move it a bit upwards so that it looks better. This looks a bit irregular. Yeah, it's fine now. So when you copy an element from one screen, let's say I copy this element by clicking on Ctrl+C. If I paste it on the other screen, it will be pasted on the same position. See. So as you see here we have two boxes. So let's draw a square of size 160, 161, 164. Okay, let's do it 160. 160. Let's give a border radius of 5 to 10. Add the blue color, remove the border, duplicate it. Okay, we want to add layout again. So don't forget to add layout like me. You should add. So don't forget to add layout before starting your design process. Type what you need here. Wallet. Let's make it look white. Okay, so convert to pointer text so that the modification of my text is a bit easier. Size looks pretty good. Still we can do with 22. Wallet, duplicate it, drag it here, click on payments, bank, enter. So I guess there is an extra space. Okay. So I want to click on the add button here. I want to include an addition button whenever we want to add money. So we can use line tool for this purpose. Just make a line. Say border of size 2. Color white. Duplicate this border. Here you can see the angle of the line 6, line 5 is below the line 6, line 6, make it 90 degree. So there you go. You can group the symbol by clicking on CTRL plus G, duplicate it and add it here too. There you go. We can add this again, copy, paste, but this time we want the symbol to be here. Okay, so this floral logo that I am adding is actually a standard logo that signifies Paytm Payments Bank page. Click on Alt because we want only this to have a border radius. So you can add border radius to any element that you add. So that looks fine. We want to add a rupee symbol. Let's add a rupee symbol. I have provided you either the sources. If it's not there, I need to add it. So I don't have the rupee logo. Let's download it from Wikipedia. Yeah, from Wikipedia. Save this image. Okay, so this is a PNG file as I see. Drag it. Oh, okay. This is a large image. Smaller the size. This looks perfect. Okay, so I think I have a white rupee symbol here. Let's get it from here. Yes, so let's delete this. We won't make this video any longer, so we will do it fast. I will quickly add the money that is left in the wallet. Let's do it 134 by 65, increasing the size. 28 would do it. Perfect. Copy the same text, make it 1302, something like that, in your bank. So what I've done is I've already created the design beforehand. Here is the design. So I will just take the elements and copy from this file down to here. Because I guess I have taught you the basics. So I will select. So click on Shift. This is a icon that has been added from the source folder. We will copy this and I will paste this here. So I added this user icon symbol. By skipping a part of a video. Okay, I think that's not a big deal. So we will go on copying the elements. So you see, why do you see this? Whenever you are copying element, you are so see whenever you copy some elements, you see there is an SVG code that is displayed. What it means that you can export these elements and you can export the design into SVG, so you can use it later for adding it into your web. And AdobeXD also allows us to preview your prototype on your mobile. Try downloading the XD mobile app and upload your design to the copy list. So I'll show you how to make these. Click on the ellipse tool, make a circle, get a red colored border. Okay, so we are keeping the distance with a border color red or green. So the red border will determine that transaction has been initiated and the money is deducted from the wallet or the payments bank. And if my border color is green, it means that payment or the money has been received. So we want equal spacing, give it on center. You can copy the rest. So how do you add usernames inside this ellipses? Where I can show you that. Drag on the PNG and hover on the element, hover inside this element. Okay, and you copy it and it goes inside your ellipse. If you hover it inside the rectangle, it will move it inside the rectangle or the square. So let's undo it, we don't need that. Let's do the same thing for your users. That is done. Likewise, we are going to, okay, so let's do one thing. Let's copy this page and all of these are just elements that you are seeing. Okay, so I have grouped another screen that will slide down whenever you are clicking on the pay button. So copy and paste this here. So whenever the user clicks on the pay button, this will slide down. Okay, and the user is asked to enter the amount. So that's great. And before clicking on the pay button, I forgot to add the number that the user is going to enter. So I could briefly explain you how to animate this screen. So this was the actual design that was prepared beforehand. Okay, I think a lot of time has already been elapsed, the 4 screens. So I'll just show you what I did, what is the actual app design. Have a look. And this video just served as a tutorial video for the beginners, how to add elements and how to make digital prototypes from wireframes. Providing a basic idea of how to make the providing a basic idea, I guess, was enough. But you can try this at home, and those who are not able and those who are not able to attend our workshop can try this at home. Try making something innovative, more creative. You can upload your design on XD mobile app and sync it with the XD software you are using, and you can preview your design on your mobile. So this was all for the video.
I met you in a dark